In order to make a duplicate rule, we've given you a nice, easy interface for it. I can navigate here to our Data8 entities, and I've got a de-dupe rule entity here. Let's look at the accounts one that exists, just to go through it. So I've got a name. This is just a nice, easy name that you all understand it by. Doesn't really go anywhere other than for your visual. Base record and matching record type. So what entity you want to match from and what entity type you want to match to. In this case, we're going direct account to account, but you could match across any entities you want to. Real-time enabled. So this is for your immediate feedback when you're inputting this record type. Do you want to be told straight away? You could say no on this if you only want to use it in batch. The batch stuff is going to be touched on in a different video. This rule set, we can see, so this is the de-dupe rule for account. We want it's an AND with a fuzzy company name match from the account name, where it's only active records and we don't conflict on phone. So these rules you see here, I'll go through them all. And/or, as you can see here, we can build up the list of and/ors in a similar way that you would be used to in advanced find. Exact match, nice and easy. So this is exact match across records, so they have to have the same phone number, for example. This is within a single record. You have exact match across fields. This enables you to use all different types of fields, so you could exact match across telephone 1, telephone 2, mobile phone, and any cross match of those will bring back a duplicate. Fuzzy company name, Data8 Limited, Data8, Data8 Ltd will all match one another, as will Data the number 8 and Data EIGHT. We've built this up over years of experience in data quality, so this is where the fuzzy company name match comes into play. Fuzzy address, same sort of thing, except with addresses. We'll try and match with commonalities as well, so street, ST, drive, DR, etc. Fuzzy person name match with their names. You can have a surname level match, you can have initial level match, or you can have a full name match. And within all of that, you've got fuzzy. So if you spell things wrong, then we will try our best to fuzzily match the records. Single value match, so this is a constant, so must be active. That's what this record here is. Only match records where status equals active. This is the same for every single record. And finally, non-conflicting. So this is, I see it more as a fail-safe. So two different fields don't match. So if you've got a field that come from a separate system, say an ERP system, and you don't want to merge any conflicting ones that have different PIN codes, for example, it's basically an exact match of itself or blank. So let's make a new rule, shall we? So if I make a new rule, I want to make a contact record, and I want to match it on contact. I've pre-filled here contact to assume you want the same. You could overwrite that if you want to. Auto edit forms. Now, for this to work properly, we do have to make some form customizations. If you set that to yes, what that will do is that will make the form customizations on your behalf. If you've got highly complex forms, you might want to do it yourself, so you've got the option to turn that off and do it by hand. And real-time enabled I've been through, so this is for the immediate feedback. So I can now save this record. So the record is now saved. We have an empty record here. So let's build up a contact rule set that we want to make. So the first thing we can do is we know we're going to have two branches of and or ors, so we want to OR the first branch. We'll have a second branch of an AND. Within this we want a fuzzy name match from first name, last name. Notice that we know the common fields people use, so we've tried to pre-fill it. You've got an options here. If you want full name, initial, last name, I'm happy to go with full name. We have tried to put as many texts in for you to get help as you can. So I want first name, last name, fuzzy match within the same company name, and I want to make sure that they are only active records. But my system's strange, so what I'd also like to have actually within my ORs is I would like to match it on phone numbers instead. So I could also do an exact match across fields with business phone 2, and mobile phone. What this will enable to do, this will cross-match across those fields, so if someone's been inconsistent and put them in the wrong fields, we'd still flag up the duplicate. I still do, however, want it to be within the same company name, and it must still only be active. As with all finds of these things, you could move these around slightly to have more nested and/or rows, but for readability for now, you can quite clearly see that these work. So I can now save this, and that's immediately live on the system now. So what I will do is, I'll just do a publish all to ensure everything has been published. I could edit that bit. Now it's published all. If I navigate back to our Data8 account, and I want to add a new contact in. And I want to add in Bob Smith. There you go. I've already got the warning. This is now the duplicate based on what I've already fixed. So if I now press save, my Bob Smith is with Robert Smith. And that is solely based on the fuzzy full name match that we previously set up.